I'd like to share with you what is the perfect ultimate attitude and understanding of how life works and how, in terms of what you really need to know, like the absolute bare essence. And once you know the absolute bare essence, what I'm going to share with you, all the other knowledge in your life is really just icing on the cake. You know, once you understand this knowledge, and I'm going to show you how to incorporate that in your day-to-day life, not just a conceptual thing I'm going to share with you, but actually how to put that in your life and transform your life totally in an organic, beautiful way. And so I want to start off this. The first thing you need to understand is this: your relationship, who you are, who you truly are, and your relationship with the Creator as one. Basically, we are created by the Creator. By the Creator, basically, really, you can say, split itself up. You know, the source split itself up in infinite, countless. You can't count it. You know, infinite. You can say aspects of itself. Particularly the divine spirit. That's what I'm focusing on. The actual divine spirit. And so it's like a plate. If you like, I know. I heard when I was growing up, the Greek weddings, they smash the plates. So when you smash, when a plate is smashed, if you look at that plate as a creator, or you can call it God, whatever you call it, that plate, when it smashes, each imagine each bits that kind of fragments of the plate flies everywhere. We're talking about just one plate, for example, because I know in Greek weddings they break more than one plate, but let's just assume it's only one plate. So each fragment is exactly the same as each other, and the totality. If you glue all those fragments together, if you go find it all, glue it all together, it will come back as one plate. And each fragment is made up with identical ceramics or whatever it is, identical components, like the elements. So what that means is that's exactly what the source did. The source basically split itself into I don't know, like a gazillion parts, and that's nowhere near infinite. So each one of us is those parts, and when all those parts come together as original before the plates mashed, so that is what you call the Creator or God, like that. So, but each one of that is identical to the whole plate as well. So that is I'm sharing with you so you can picture and understand more. I'm basically trying to tangibilize the intangible. Now, so how does that help you in your life? And I'll share with you what I mean, how it helps, because then automatically what that means is we are one with that power of infinite love, infinite strength, infinite balance, and infinite wisdom, and infinite joy, and all knowing like this without trying to read a book to learn that. It's just innate and natural. So what we try to do then in life, in our day-to-day life, in terms of implementing that, is just always, first, you always know almost in the back of your mind and in your heart, you always know that even if I don't believe it right now, I know innately that I'm actually the same, one. See, in this modern day, if you say you're one with the source, that's arrogant. Does that mean you're God? It's arrogant. But when you don't speak in those language-wise, but you just see the truth of it, that you're actually made of the same stuff as one. So what you do is you always try to remember that, even if you don't believe that. It's like, how can I, and all that. But you just ignore that. You just, like a child, you just feel you're one. You're sitting on a bus stop, you feel, I'm one with the source, the creator. That power that the source has is in me. The infinite love of the source, that's in me. I don't care if I don't feel it right now, but I know it's in me. And I know I will feel it like that. I will feel it. You keep on doing that, not at the bus stop, but everywhere you sit, on your couch. I know it's silly to say, but even on your toilet, you sit on the toilet, you feel I'm one with the Creator. There's nothing wrong with that. I know it's a silly one, but you understand what I mean. Everywhere, like that. So that's the first thing to establish. And matter of fact, that's the first thing, and that's the ultimate thing. It's the ultimate thing, because once you have that, once you kind of cultivate that, that the divinity in you, that connection and that oneness with the source in you, then you start to just see automatically, without trying to prove to others that you're great or you're a good person or anything like that. You just automatically in you, you just start to perceive that wisdom will be start flowing out of your mouth, speaking. You feel like, oh my God, where does that come from? Like, oh my God, where does that come from? That's how I feel every day. I'm teaching you right now, but I feel at the same time, where's this wisdom come from? Like, I'm just fascinated by that. And you're going to start to feel that, exactly what I'm saying. Over time, depends on how sincere and how often you kind of cultivate that. Like anything in life, you spend no effort in that, you get zero result. So this is no different. So the first thing is establish this connection with the divine, with the Creator. And I just showed you how to do that. As simple as that. Nothing greater like that. Next. The next thing to understand is your relationship, your connection with all the other, going back to that metaphor of that plate at the Greek wedding. I love Greeks. This is not teaching Greeks, anything like that. I love Greek people. I've got very close disciples who are actually Greeks. So there's but using the Greek wedding thing. So that plate, going back to the plate. So each bit that is when it's dropped, it just shatters the plate, and each tiny bits is exactly the same. So in other words, each person and each being, each bird, each dog, each plant, each being, is made up of the same. Is one really. The source is really one with everything. But let's speak from the human perspective, so that I can show you how to practically incorporate that in your life. So other people. So you start to, based on that, you start to see that, okay, we are one. Every person that you see is innately one with you. One, is actually connected in spirit. Is really the same. Why would you do that? Like, why would you try to cultivate that, seeing other people as one with you? Like, what benefit? How does that give positivity in your life? You wonder. Well, when you see other people as made up of the same stuff as you, that I'm not talking about two eyes and they got two eyes, you got two eyes, they got two ears, and you got two ears. I'm not talking about the physical aspect. I'm talking about the spirit, the divinity, which is the same as the source. It's actually in them and in you. So what you do there is, when you actually start to cultivate that and see that in every person, what happens is you're basically seeing the creator, the source in them. So when you do that, what it does is that it makes you remember. When you see in them that, you start to remember the source in you, that spirit in you, the oneness of the source in you. When you look at them, you see that in them, automatically you start to remember in you. And of course, when you see that in you, all the power of the divine will be yours. This is not anything like mysterious or like very, to be honest, it's not even, to me, it's not even very deep things. It's like breathing. There's nothing deep about it. It's very natural, very natural. Now, see, you can see when you do that, all the divine qualities of strength, like power, wisdom, goodness, joy, and truth, and expansiveness, compared to being limited, like that, will come to you. You can imagine. Like, imagine the problems in your life right now. Imagine you start to see, that in you with 100% conviction, this divinity in you like this. And then the problems come to you. Those problems will be just shattered. It will disappear into thin air. Because not that you're thinking something special, something great in a weird way, but you start to see yourself naturally, organically, as big as the whole universe. So little things, it's not gonna matter with you. It's like talking about financial metaphors, easy if you understand. If you're a billionaire, and then you lost your wallet and you got $100 in there, you're not gonna worry about the $100. But if you've only got $500 and you lose your wallet, $500 in the bank, and you lose your wallet and it's $100 in the wallet, you go, oh no, I need that. See, so in the same way, those big problems in your life will be absolutely like a speck of dust to you. So what that means is you won't react to it much. You still know those problems, but you just don't react to it much. The same way the person that loses the billionaires lose $100, they don't react at all to that at all. They don't even literally feel like, oh no. Then they might say, oh no, with a credit card in the wallet, but the $100 they won't worry. Just joking there. So now, you start to understand what I mean. You know, when you cultivate that oneness with others. Now, let's go to slight more detail of how to cultivate that, seeing the divine in other people. Like so, same as seeing the divine, seeing the source in all those moments when you're sitting, when you're walking, whatever you're doing, like that. You base the same thing. You start to kind of like everyone you see, your boss, your children, your parents, your partners, your boyfriend, girlfriend, is everyone, your neighbors, everyone that you see, the checkout person at the supermarket, everyone, the taxi driver. You basically, every time you see a person, you remind yourself. You don't say that to them because they'll think it's weird. If you look at them, you say, uh, uh, "I'm seeing the divine in you right now." The taxi driver's gonna kick you out of the taxi immediately. Get out. You scare him. You scare him. You know. Just joking there, but don't say anything. Just see the divine in them. You know. Just see the divine in them. But when I say see, you're not seeing anything with these physical eyes. You're almost assuming that to be true, and then you just see that. You know, in your heart, you know what I mean. You don't have to think about it too much. You just see the divine in them, and then you kind of like when you look at them, you see you kind of like what helps is you kind of go, wow, can't believe it. I can't believe it. Wow. There's the supreme being, the creator of the universe in that person. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. See, when you start to see things like that, and you start doing that regularly, oh my God, the positivity in you. Right now, I can feel in each one of your heart, I can feel that it clicked, something just clicked. I can just feel it. It's like, oh my God, imagine I saw that in my partners, how I want to treat them. Oh my God, imagine I see that in everybody, you know. Imagine I see that in the people who are rude to me. Oh my God, imagine. Oh, I treat them so much nicer, you know, like that. Because the time that you're not nice to them, that means you forgot in that moment that divinity in them. You totally forget it in that moment, you know, totally. And then you start screaming and negative thoughts and emotions and the conflicts and all the problems comes in life like that. So let's summarize quickly. So first, practice seeing the source, directly. Practice to see the connection with the source, just seeing the source, your connection with the source directly, and everything in every moment in your life. But when I say every moment, I mean every moment. But those moments that works really well is those moments that you're not actually focused on anything else, like waiting at the bus stop and just waiting at the checkout in the supermarket, and just there's lots of little moments like that, you know, in your life, like that. See, and then practice with and seeing the divinity in other people, and practice seeing that, and do it often. There's so much opportunities. Like if we don't do that, if we don't do that right, and then we don't benefit from that, and our life struggles. Like honestly, like I'm not saying blaming anything, but I mean we are the one that you know what I mean. If we're not like going, rocking up and doing a job, and like we can't expect to be paid if you don't, you know, we don't work the 40 hours a week, whatever. We can't expect to be paid that week, you know. So, you know, when we don't do that and we don't benefit from that, then it's very easy. There's nothing wrong with that. Start doing it. That is all. That is the maximum pressure I want to give you. I'm not going to give you any more pressure than that in this session. Like that. Now, next thing is how you're going to see the events of life. Like the events, you know, the circumstance, situations in your life that is unfavorable. Like for example, first thing is conflict with other people, you know, and just unfortunate things happens in your life, like losing your job and business go bust, or sickness and all these type of things. Like let's hone into like how to deal with conflict with other people. I kind of hint on that just before, but when there's conflict, you know, in the moment of conflict, you're going to try your best. You're going to try your best to just see divinity in them. Try your best to see the divinity in them. Now, I'm going to give you a tip. When you see the divinity in them, because in the moment of conflict, your mind is just thinking, like, that's not right, it's not fair, it's not right. And anger comes. In that moment, right, start to look at the spirit. Don't look at the body. Don't look at the eyes. Don't look at the raging eyes. You know, don't look at the loud voice. You know, don't look at the screaming. Don't hear the screaming. Don't focus on that. Focus just in that moment. Look at the spirit. And while the screaming and all that, just look at the spirit and feel, oh my God, that spirit, I can't believe it. I can't believe that there's God in that person. Like, not that I can't believe there's God in that person and they shouldn't be screaming like that. That's totally not the way. I can't believe that there's divinity in that person with absolute perfection, and I'm seeing the anger and stuff like that. I should just shift my focus to seeing the source in them. While they're screaming, I'm seeing the source. I'm ignoring the tantrum like that. You know? Now, is it easy to do? No, because you got to practice at this. You know, it's not easy, but when you practice, you get better at it. One step at a time. One step at a time. You know, like the great sage once said, you know, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So you just got to practice doing that. Now, of course, if we don't practice, and you know, it's difficult. It can be difficult, very difficult. That level of training. So we bomb out. We bomb out and we start screaming back and all that type of stuff. Now, it's not too late. It's not over. Not over. When you walk away from the person, sitting down, immediately gather yourself and start to, when your mind's still racing a little bit, you compose yourself and gather yourself, and then start seeing the divinity in the person, the spirit in them. Don't look at their personality. Don't see anything about the person except just the spirit in them, like that. Now, I don't mean when I say see the spirit, I don't mean you have to look at a particular shape and then what does it look like? Is it blue? Is it red? Nothing like that. You just assume you're seeing a spirit in them and focus on that, like that, and seeing how beautiful that spirit is. That you're looking at the supreme being in them, like that. Then you practice with everybody, your boss. You practice with everybody. People that treat you bad, people that cause you trouble, and all sorts of things. Just see the spirit in them is perfect, and ignore the the behavior, because the behavior is only the expression of the forgetfulness of their own divinity. And matter of fact, when you start to see divinity in them, you're actually helping them. You're actually helping them remember their own divinity. In the same way that I'm seeing divinity in you now as I'm speaking to you. See, so that helps you to remember the divinity in you. See, I'm not speaking to you like, oh, you need to be taught, like I'm higher than you, and you're messed up. No, I'm not talking to you like that at all. See, I'm I'm speaking to you, and I know in your divine spirit, it knows what I'm saying. The heart, it knows what I'm saying, and I'm speaking to that spirit, in you, really that remembers what I'm saying, like that, like that. So, anyway, anyway, uh, you understand how to handle conflict, other people. What I'm saying now. So let's look at the situations. Let's say uh, you lose your job, or or the business goes bust, and it's just such hardship. Or you might have children, and they're just hanging around the wrong people, and they're taking drugs, and they're just getting sick, and you're just worried. You sleepless nights like this. Now, and they just feel pain in you, from worry, basically, from worry. So now, how do you apply this? Like, how do you apply this? This is how you apply this. I want to share you another insight of this whole kind of package. I call this the divine package, like this. See, you gotta basically when these type of things happen, like in your life, like losing your job, and that when all this type of thing, when the pain comes to you, immediately, you have to immediately think this way. When that happens, immediately you have to think, wow, I know this hurts. I know this hurts. It really hurts, But I know this is good for me. I know this is good for me. Because there's nothing that the creator, that created me, created me, can actually bring something that's bad to my life. Nothing. That will never ever happen. That will never ever happen. And so the fact that this is happening and I feel pain, this must be something good. This must be something good. And it must be to give me the strength, to go through the hardship, like, it's like diamonds, how diamonds are made. Like, it goes through the heat of the earth, such hot temperature, and then the diamond cutter cuts it in small thousands of cuts like that, and then it shines magnificently. So I'm just being cut, thousands of cuts. So that and that cut hurts, but this is to make me shine for the benefit, not only myself and my family, but for the whole world. So that I can shine and benefit the whole world. This must be good for me. You see, that's the attitude you got to have. Every time pain comes to you, try your best immediately. I know I don't feel this way right now, but I know this has to be good for me. I can't see it right now, but I know I will see this in the future. I'll see this in the future. When the strength starts to flower in me, and I look back and I know this was a major contribution to that. I can't see right now, but I know I will. This must be a blessing in disguise, like this. So that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Like, I'll share you a very, very quick example for myself. When I was growing up, like I used to go to school, and my father, I make my own lunch, and my lunch is basically like a lot of time like a white bread, and I fry some eggs in there. Every day was like that, and an orange, and that was every day. That was my lunch. So I'd buy a box of orange, and when it runs out, and I ask my father, Father, can you drive me to the shop, which is a kilometre away at the time, and I'll so that I can buy some oranges for my lunch. My father said, no. If you want your lunch, go get it. Go buy it. I mean, it's a box of orange. I can't carry the whole box a kilometre. So I used to have my BMX bike, and I'd go to this shop that sells really cheap box of orange for $10 at the time. A whole box for $10. It was the last couple of weeks type of thing. So I'll take the box of orange, I'll put it on the frame of my bike, and I ride home with my legs balancing, holding the box of orange, cuddling the box of orange, my thighs, inner thigh, and then I ride home. And I was in high school, year 7, hoping that none of my friends sees me, particularly hopefully no girls at school sees me. I'll be really embarrassed, riding this box of orange home like this. And when I get home, I'll be like, oh, thank God it didn't drop on the road like this. And many times when I ride home like this, sometimes it's a little bit raining and, wet and all that. And each time this happens, I'm thinking, wow, why my life is such hardship like this? And I think immediately, I mean, no one taught me this at the time. I was so young. But naturally in me, I was like, this must be good for me. Who knows? Who knows? God must be training me, making me strong. So one day, I can do something great for the world. Like that. Sorry, I'm getting emotional, but that's how I felt. When the hardship comes, and any hardship comes in my life, this must be good for me. Only God knows God is preparing for my life, for greatness in me, like that. So, this is how you should be. Your attitude should be like this. Every hardship comes to your life, see that the divine is cutting you, is shaping you into that perfect diamond. Because, see, a diamond, it has to be strong. I mean, they use diamond to cut concrete, hard concrete, to cut metal. They use diamond to actually cut a metal, like that, to cut the metal. So, anyway, that is how you face the challenges in life, and immediately you have comfort in your soul. Somehow the hardship is not so bad I don't know. It's just somehow the hardship you go through, somehow you're comforted like that. You kind of suddenly that with attitude you got more strength. Talk about positivity. Oh my God! With that type of attitude, uh, like in you, right? In you, you think, oh, I'm just trying my best. But other people, when they actually, not that you need to prove to other people, but you start to, if you do what I'm saying, other people start to look at you like, wow, I just, you, I never see you sad or up and down. I never see that in you. Well, you know why? You know why? Because you cultivate that. Seeing divinity, you know, like in the source, it's just seeing, remembering the source, like this. Seeing divinity in creation, in every being, in every tree, in, particularly human being, in every animal. Just you practice that, and then see all the mishaps in your life and seeing the divinity training you. Of course, I won't go into this because I'm out of time, but all the beautiful things that happens in your life, in those moments too, feel thankful. Feel thankful. That, wow, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I've just shown you the way to see the totality of life. Everything else just fits into that. It just fits into that. I've shown you the totality of how to see life and what benefits it has in your life, and talk about the attitude. This attitude is the absolute perfect attitude, like this. And it just takes practice. And the amazing thing is, it's not even like Herculean things. It's not even like massive big things, It's just remembering to do that, which is very innate in you anyway, you know. And when you don't remember that, to do that, all that means is you're literally caught up in the situation of life, and you analyze and try to improve things, and you're just not in that realm. You're completely in a different realm there, and you're suffering, and then you're still fixing your problems. So you're not really in that realm. That's all, And one day, you hear this knowledge, you understand this knowledge, and you start to do a little bit here and there, a little bit here and there, and then you start to know the results. That's all. Anyway, that ends this talk that I want to share with you. I'm really happy that I share that with you. Really just something easy that you can do to absolutely transform your life in amazing, amazing ways like that.